Hello, hola. I am Jessica Jacob, and I am the Spanish and French teacher for USPA, which is part of a global school called Inspired Schools. And I work with middle and high school students, and I've recently started to explore Lucid, which I'm really enjoying. I only just started, so I'm very excited to explore it further and really take a look at the different features it has and find creative ways to use it in many of my other classes. I just actually started using it for my Spanish 3 classes, and it was to help students with the brainstorming process before writing their essays. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So the thing that I love the most is the fact that it is integrated into Canvas. The curriculum that we currently use is fully already done on Canvas. And when it comes to some of the more advanced assignments for Spanish 3, for example, they're expected to create essays. And I have noticed that it can be very daunting and overwhelming for some of these students that are just starting or still working in progressive on their Spanish. And so this is an example of what the essay did look like. Start introduction, very text heavy, and then it says, okay, go. And here's the body paragraphs, here's all what you need to include, and then go. And so it was just very text heavy, and I decided to kind of help them by breaking it down and scaffolding some of those different steps they needed to take. And so with Lucid, I know people have mentioned locking is a really great option. So I love the fact that once I plug it in there, I get to choose what they can lock, what they can click on. Clicking on my calendar on here will lead them to schedule a meeting if they want. And here, so I'm allowing them to kind of be creative, different steps to take. I choose to make this to where they can actually write in there, gives them that option to fill that in here as well. It becomes much easier for them to take on a task of writing an essay when they're given different steps, and here they can manipulate it in the way that they want. I love the fact that it's not just write an essay, but here's some cool Post-it cards where they can just put ideas down, whether it's in English and Spanish while they're brainstorming. It becomes very easy, informal way to kind of put their ideas down. And it just becomes very clear. We can color code and all of these really neat features that I'm getting to explore. So after that, again, the really cool thing is that it's built into Canvas. So here is an example of the assignment. And when I first started, I actually ended up embedding the Lucid in here. Oh, wait, no, here we go, integrating it through here. Again, it's super neat that Lucid is on here. But what I learned is that by integrating it into the assignment in this way, it actually makes it so that all students can interact, which is really neat if you want that to happen. So it's available, one template, all students can interact. However, if you want each student to have their own individual template, and that way you can grade it, I was able to submit it in here as a Lucid assignment, and I found that one assignment. And then once I saved it, it actually just has it on the assignment here. They can then work as they want. They can submit their ideas, and once they save it, it submits it as a PDF. And this is an example of a student submission that is saved as a PDF. And you can see how she was able to be creative with this, right? In Spanish or English, it wasn't intended to be perfect as much as it was intended to be just a way for her to brainstorm. So yeah, I really love the fact that it's integrated, that it could be so creative. I'm learned a few more tricks on how to use this with vocabulary and activities and just make it very engaging for the kids and interactive. So I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm enjoying it so far, and I hope you do too. Adios.